Hello.
Hello.
What is your name and what do you do for a living?
My name's Emma, and I actually have two jobs currently. I am a student employee here on Ball State's campus for their marketing and communications over with Housing and Residence Life, and then I also do a lot of online orders for the car dealership that I work at back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you know, the first dice roll is not for points and it's fate decided.
Okay.
Afterwards, the game begins.
All right.
11. What is your biggest pet peeve when others do it, but you also do it as well?
So, popping fingers,
Ah.
like, I am perfectly fine doing it myself because I know that, like, I have a lot of pressure built up in my fingers, and so it'll happen. But if I just hear somebody, like, going ham and just popping every single bone in their hand, it's like grody. It freaks me out a little.
Okay. Do you have ever the intention to stop, or it's one of those no?
It's one of those things that, like, I know that I don't do purposely. Like, I'm not going out of my way to do it, but it does happen. And so I kind of just move past it when it does. But I'm not, like, sitting there in full blown, like, pushing them out, trying to actually make a sound. It's like pressure will build up in my thumb, I'll bend it the wrong way, and it'll pop suddenly, and then I'll just move on.
Okay. I see. Anyways, the game begins. 19. Do you want to answer it or pass it off to me?
I'll answer it.
You'll answer it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we're going philosophical.
Oh, okay.
Does perspective and learning about the world make life easier or harder?
Oh, that's a double-edged sword, I would say. Honestly, like, I feel like getting to know more about the world and, like, perception of different things can be beneficial, but I also feel like if somebody spends too much time, like, deep diving into things, then, like, it could just affect the way that they are as a person in society. And so, like, it's weird to say, but it's like if you spend so much time on one thing and you're super adamant about it, it does kind of like become part of your personality, where it's like you start to push that onto the world and all of your experiences. And so getting to know more and having more perception of the world is good, but to an extent.
Okay, so basically the sense of moderation is key.
Yeah.
Have you ever went down like a hyper-focused pathway and it slowly started making you lose yourself in a way?
I wouldn't say that it technically made me lose myself, more so as like lose track of my time. Like, I would know, like, if I was on TikTok and I was going down a rabbit hole and I was learning more about some historical video that I had seen and I want to learn more about it, I could Google it, I could keep scrolling on TikTok, I could go to any social media that's got a bunch of different videos. But I find myself like losing track of my time as I deep dive into it. Like, you know how when you keep swiping to the side and then you gotta swipe all the way back? Sometimes I'll notice that like I've gone 7 times, like keep clicking on random links to take me to new pages. And so like I'll notice that spread of time is just gone. And like I feel like I could have done something else with that time instead of sitting there down the rabbit hole and just going and going.
Okay. Just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
what is the biggest rabbit hole you went down?
Oh gosh. The biggest rabbit hole I've ever went down? Huh. This rabbit hole technically lasted for like 4 years because I started looking into it when I was in like the 6th grade, and I really didn't even give it up until about freshman year. Like, I kept doing my research projects on it. I would spend my time looking into it. And even still now today, I still look into it, but the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, God.
So, like, I just keep learning random facts about it, different things, and so It's like every time I see something new come up on my page, because obviously you talk about it once, it's always there. So every time I see something about it, I'll like rabbit hole down it for a little and then I'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, just how being equal here.
Yeah.
The biggest rabbit hole I went down probably has to be the Titanic.
Oh, yes. Yes. I've spent a lot of time looking into that one too.
From 3rd grade to 10th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, I was obsessed about shipwrecks in general, but Titanic was like my main thing.
For sure.
If you asked me in 8th grade to make a drawing of it, I'd probably give you 4x4.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
how obsessed and focused I was on it.
Interesting.
And I don't know how many projects I tried to turn into Titanic. I remember doing a math project about the size of Titanic, and I was able to
Yeah.
manipulate that into it.
Interesting.
But that's probably the biggest hole I went down.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before we roll?
No. Let's roll.
All right. 14. Do you want to answer it or pass it off to me?
I'll pass it off to you.
Okay. If I can open this. The question I have to answer is, what would you like to give as advice to those who are watching?
Oh, okay.
So I guess I have to talk to you for a second, audience. Again, I had a question really similar to this
Yeah.
already. The advice I will give is just learn who you are. Take a year or two just analyzing yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror and just figure out your strengths, your weaknesses, your likes, dislikes, and take the time to do that, because the older you become, the more and more people are wanting to control you in some way or aspect. It could be just minute to half of your life you owe to them. Bosses, partners, etc. So learn who you are so you know what traits you can either adapt, compromise, or do hard no's, I'm not changing who I am.
No.
So that'd be my advice.
Do I give mine?
Yeah,
Okay. Should I look at them?
you can look at me or the audience.
Okay. My one biggest advice that I've learned since starting college was it's never as deep as you think it is. Like my mom used to always tell me if it doesn't matter in 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 years, like figure out what it actually affects in your life. Is it just going to be the next 50 seconds or is it actually impacting the next 5 years? And don't stress about the things you can't control, because clearly the past is in the past for a reason, whether that happened 5 seconds ago or 5 years ago. It is what it is, and it's never as deep as you think it is, or that you force yourself to think it is.
Okay, that's pretty solid advice. Because a little fun fact about me is that I was a substitute teacher for a little bit.
No way!
Yes,
Okay.
I took a semester off so I can help my school out.
Okay.
And my technically high school university combination thing, I don't want to say names so I don't get dots.
For sure.
And they needed subs. I was like, I'm willing to do it as long as I get paid. That's my main thing.
Okay. Yeah.
and-
I mean, I can't blame you for that.
And the amount of people that was stressed out over like a 20-second issue was like, whew, calm,
Yeah.
calm. And I, in a way, part-time myself as a counselor because a lot of those students came to me for support because
Yeah.
of the advice you give. Does it affect you right now?
Right.
Is it life and death? Nope. Okay, will it affect you in 1 minute? 1 day, 1 year,
Exactly.
10 years. I did it by ones, you did it by fives. It's fair.
Yeah.
And I helped them a lot. So
Good. Yeah. I'm from what's considered to be like suburbs of Chicago, and I was technically like very farm country growing up. Like we had free range cows walking around the parking lot, and like our school was on a farm, and we had like 5 different towns pouring in because they weren't all big enough to do their own high schools. So, like there was just a lot of people. There was always a lot of drama. There was so much going on. I mean, you're in high school, you're doing academics, athletics, any extracurriculars you want to do, if you've got clubs going on, any jobs you want to do outside of work, like it just always feels like there's so much inside of your bubble happening at once. And sometimes it's hard to just like remember to sit back, take a breath, and just chill for a second.
yeah. So people in the audience, after this episode, take a 10-minute meditation.
Do it.
That's your homework. Do it. I have nothing else to add unless you want to add anything.
Yeah, no, I think that was good.
Okay. 14. Now I'm in the hot seat.
Oh!
So now you vote.
Yay.
Never mind.
Come on. I was so excited. 19.
19. We already asked that one, so
We did.
back to you.
Okay. 5. Cinco.
I will answer this one.
Okay.
But I'll let you open and read it.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Do you have any bucket list plans?
The major things on my bucket list is explore Europe, mainly Ireland, Italy, UK.
Yeah.
That's like one of my big ones. Another thing is to have a movie air in multiple theaters.
Okay.
And hopefully to get a talk show similar to this aired on TV. Or
Okay.
streaming service, because I'm going to be real for a moment. That's probably the way it's going to go.
Yeah. Everything's gone streaming at this point.
At least until it hits its peak and then all streaming services crash.
Sure.
Because it's going to reach to the point that cable will be the cheaper option at this rate.
Honestly.
Any bucket lists on your list?
So, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I've technically already marked off one of my bucket list items, and now I want to do the other. So, I've gone skydiving.
Oh, okay.
It is so fun. I love it. I would so go again if I had the chance and if it wasn't so expensive. But I also want to go bungee jumping.
Okay. This is my real thing. Mm-hmm. I would love the skydive, but bungee, no. I'm
Really?
too scared to do that.
That's why I feel like I'm glad that I did the skydiving out of the way first. Like I got used to that free falling thing, and then now it's just like the little snap back of the rope that like bungees you back up. But I want to try it so bad.
For me, I'm just scared because knowing my luck, I'll be that cartoon, just the ropes are, and I just keep going.
Yeah.
That's just my fear. Because
Yeah.
skydiving, if the parachute doesn't fall, I at least have 20 seconds to think. And I can mentally prep for that.
Yeah.
While bungee, I'm like, okay, the rope shouldn't break. Oh, no.
Womp. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
That just came out so quick. I didn't have time to process. My brain was not working.
It's all good. I just know the editor's going to have a field day with that fact. I just know him. He's going to have a field day.
Okay. Next one.
Moving on. 2.
Number 2.
I will hand this off to you.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah, just whip it.
Things happen.
Any vacation spots you enjoy going to?
I want to say my favorite was probably like Flagstaff, Arizona, Grand Canyon area, Arches National Park in, I think it's Utah.
I'm positive, yeah.
Arches was beautiful. Just driving through mountains and seeing all of the different like formations that have formed over the years, and then specifically the archway where it was like a lock and key was just. I'm very nature oriented. Like hiking is one of my favorite hobbies. I love photography outside, and so like any hiking destination, but specifically Arches was stunning, and then so was Grand Canyon. Because when I was there, I actually got a picture of a squirrel sitting in a tree, like over the canyon, and it's just like a tiny little squirrel compared to this vast, multicolored canyon, and it was just stunning. I loved it.
The Grand Canyon is definitely one of the places I want to at least go to, at least once.
It's so worth it. Like it is definitely something that like, even if you're not a hiker and you just want to stay like up on top, it's 100% worth it.
If you like the Grand Canyon, I'm not sure if you've been to this place, but the Badlands in South Dakota, I highly recommend.
Oh, they're so pretty too. We went camping there when I was little.
Just for those who have never been to the Badlands, it's beautiful. No matter what time you go,
Yeah.
it changes. It's one of the few pieces of land I have seen that transforms with the time of the sun and the moon. It's beautiful.
It's very season oriented as well.
But yeah, that's my second favorite place I've been to, because just the experience of seeing that.
Yeah.
But my go-to place, and a place that if I can make it happen, I would love to live, is the Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
I'm a mountains person, and the Smoky Mountains is like one of the handful of places I've been to on vacation that made me just feel relaxed.
For sure.
I never felt stressed there, even when there's hundreds of people around. It just feels so calming. It's just a beautiful
Smokies
place.
are pretty. I got cousins that live in the Smokies.
Lucky.
Yeah, it's nice to go and visit them.
All right.
I'm still rolling. 16. We haven't done it.
Yep, we have not done it.
Are you taking or passing?
I am going to give it to you.
All right.
Really?
We're getting there. It's fine.
One day I will increase my budget to get me a letter opener. Okay, philosophical.
Oh, okay.
What is the best way to live life?
Oh, wow. Unpopular take, selfishly.
Selfishly.
You can only control you. You cannot control what other people do, how they respond to what you do, how they choose to do their own actions. You can only control you. And so if it is something that's going out of your way but it makes you happy, go out of your way and make you happy. Like there is so much going on in the world. You're consistently working. You're always having to do 40-hour weeks, or, well, depends on your job. But most of the time you're doing 40-hour weeks. Most of the time you're not always going to be exactly happy in the position you're doing. You're not always happy with the living style you have or your financial situation. You are not always going to be happy. So if there are those small things that you can afford to do, whether it's money or time, and you can afford to take any of those out of your life, do it. And if it is like setting a boundary with somebody, selfishly set that boundary. Protect your peace and your happiness, and worry about everybody else eventually when you get there. Like I genuinely feel like it should be selfishly. You should live for yourself.
Okay. Well, that is kind of ironic, because I'm the opposite.
Oh, really?
I am selfishness.
Okay.
My opinion on this is, while it's true that you can control your actions and all that, which is something I do my hardest on,
Yeah.
to me, being there for others when they need it
Yeah.
is a great way to help everyone out.
For sure.
And I'm willing to, depending on the type of situation mixed with my schedule, I am willing to drop things on a dime and go help someone
Yeah.
out. For example, I literally got done with a 8-hour film shoot after having an insomnia attack, so I didn't sleep for 36 hours. And one of my film buddies said a bunch of background actors bailed on him, and they needed someone within the next hour. So I got dressed, went right to that shoot with no problem, because I want to help those who are in need. That's just naturally who I am.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it does make me a pushover at the end of the day. I've been pushed over a lot because I'm the nice guy.
Right.
But deep down, if you help others, more people can grow, including yourself.
Which I do
Which-
agree with. I do see that side of it too. I guess, again, the phrase double-edged sword comes back where it's like, I know that I am somebody who goes out of my way for my friends. Like, I keep my circle small because I have protected my peace that hard that it's like, everybody stay away except for these few people that I like. But, you know, for those people, they mean a lot to me. They are some people that I see as family and who I will go out of my way for and I will do anything for. But that's because it also makes me happy. And selfishly, going out of my way makes me happy. So I guess it's kind of the idea of like that double-edged sword of where do you draw the line between doing stuff for yourself and doing stuff for others that still helps you live the life that you want to.
Okay. Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
In a way, we're both on the same side of a coin.
Right. Like, I think I've learned in that sense of like being a pushover, in a sense to be like, hey, here's my boundary. I have way too much on my plate right now, and I know some people who can help you over here, but I'm not in a position. So go talk to them. I'll be here in a few hours and we can talk then. But then it's also at the same time where it's like, I really have to get this project done, but my friend also really needs her photography shoot done and she asked me to be her model. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go model for her and I'm gonna help her get that assignment done because I know that the whole editing and captioning process is a lot more time consuming than the essay that's gonna take me a little bit longer. So it's very judgment based or personal discretion, whatever. But I think again, it's just like that choosing to do what you want to do because it's something that you actually want and not because you're forced into the situation out of compliance.
Okay. You want to add anything else, or you're good?
I'm okay.
Okay. 2.
We already asked two.
All right.
Passing it back.
12. We have not done.
We have not done 12.
You want to answer it or pass it off to me?
I'll pass it.
You pass it.
Let's see.
Okay.
What wisdom does Wyatt have?
Not a lot. All things considering. I will go there. What question do you wish more people ask about you? Oh, God. That's a 12? What was I thinking? That's more of a 15, Wyatt. Come on. Probably, instead of the whole how are you doing, more of are you okay?
Okay.
Okay. Because how are you doing is kind of autopilot for me because everyone says it.
Yeah, it's a basic greeting.
Yeah, and it just become autopilot. Well, are you okay? Not a lot of people have asked me, so it'd be more of a just one of those reflect those.
Yeah, for sure. I think are you okay compared to how you're doing also expands the conversation for like larger vocabulary. Mm-hmm. Not saying that like you can't have a large vocabulary and answer how are you doing with like, oh, I've been good, but this is going on. But like, I feel like Are You Okay kind of takes more of that deep dive into like well-being and like external factors. And so it kind of opens that conversation a little more.
Okay. Anyways, time is up for the game.
Okay.
Let's tally up the points and see who wins.
Awesome.
After tallying up the points, you won the
Sweet.
episode. So now, as punishment for losing, you have a choice. You can pick any of these members
Okay.
to ask me, but only one, or you can give me a question from yourself, and I have to answer it.
I'll give you a question from myself.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yes, just highly stressed,
Understandably.
trying to balance 4 bloody projects at once. For my senior year, which is supposed to be the easiest semester, the last one, I put the most work on myself.
Yeah.
But besides that, I am satisfied with what's happening.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
All right. Is there any people, organizations, charities you want to shout out before we end the episode?
Housing and Residence Life on Ball State's campus. Love them. I've been working with them for so long and it's just become like a second home, second family for me here on campus. They've been phenomenal.
I am upset that I have only been able to work with them for a year.
Me too. It would have been so fun to have you on our team longer.
It's what it is. I didn't see the application
I
last
know.
year. All right. Peace.